Out of a churning ocean of raw, turbulent energy, a single, steady form manages to hold its shape. Modern physics charts this reality with incredible precision, mapping the architecture of the universe through fields, forces, particles, and spacetime. In quantum field theory, the vacuum itself is never truly empty. It is a dense, physically meaningful foundation of fluctuating active states. Given a foundation that never rests, a quiet question remains. Why do a few specific configurations maintain their structure, while others instantly dissolve? These models describe the mechanics of survival, while modal theory investigates the geometric conditions existing beneath them. This inquiry seeks the geometric foundation beneath standard physics, rather than a replacement for it. Within the boundary conditions of this active vacuum, an infinite array of physical routes could theoretically form. The mathematical permutations are endless, yet almost all of these temporary configurations violently tear themselves apart before they ever register as real. Existence is not a default state casually granted to whatever takes shape. Possibility is not enough. To survive even a fraction of a second, a configuration must first achieve closure, a precise geometric alignment where internal tensions balance completely. Measured, the division between a fleeting mathematical ghost and a physical object is absolute. A route becomes real only when it can close. Consider a localized region where physical routes rapidly collide against the strict limits of their environment. This boundary acts as a strict, unyielding filter called admissibility, separating fragile potential paths from persistent reality. To pass through, a route must flawlessly resolve its internal structural tensions. If those internal forces cannot align, the structure simply breaks. The universe provides no grace period, discarding the incompatible configuration into background noise. There is no conscious cosmic market weighing these outcomes, no accountant tallying up a ledger of what deserves to survive. The rejection is automatic, a pure, indifferent consequence of geometry failing to align. The vacuum does not need to be conscious to refuse an impossible route. Navigating these rigorous local boundary limits is the mandatory toll for physical reality. Admissibility is the true price of persistence. When a rare configuration successfully navigates that strict boundary, it leaves a definitive mark on the surrounding physical space. In this framework, we recognize this mark as mass. It acts as the inertial signature of a route locked into a persistent physical form. This footprint proves the configuration actively satisfies the geometric requirements necessary to remain admissible against outside chaos. While we use terms like cost and ledger, these describe physical constraint satisfaction. Rather than a literal coin or payment, mass represents a commitment cost, the physical requirement for persistent existence. It is the physical proof that a structure has met the rigorous, ongoing demands of the vacuum and is actively holding its ground. When an established physical route finally loses its balance and fractures, it cannot simply vanish without a trace. The breakdown generates entropy, the unsettled geometric remainder left behind by a structure that failed to hold its shape. That unclosed remainder bleeds out into the physical universe, manifesting as dispersed matter, escaping radiation, and heat. It spills outward the moment a route loses its ability to remain tightly constrained, properly closed, or cleanly recoverable. It forms an unyielding physical ledger. Entropy is the record of what could not remain narrow. Once a route breaks apart and alters that fundamental ledger through heat or dispersal, the transaction is strictly irreversible. There are no refunds. This makes existence a carried cost. It is never a state that is safely and permanently paid for, but an ongoing, active achievement of cleared persistence. The strict demands of geometry constantly test the fragility of matter. Existence is not free. To survive the vacuum is to successfully navigate the ultimate filter. This frames matter as the state of a route that has cleared the price of being there. If you want the written foundations behind this series, the books, papers, and playlists are linked below. The videos are the gateway. The books and papers are the foundation layer.